A very good morning.
Very good morning to you, Nigerians. So welcome to Friday edition of U45 Morning Show. And I hope you wake up on the right side of the bed. Ajiboye.
Good morning. Beautiful beginning of the weekend. I mean, it starts today. So I hope you have a wonderful day.
Do hang in there with us. Shegun Demola Adeyemi is my name.
Thank God it's Friday.
It's a beautiful Friday morning.
And
I'm Patience Willie. Welcome to the show. Yes, you know how we help drive your day on U45 Morning Show. It is a current affairs program.
That tells you about business, a social-political economy, even sport, every aspect of life can be certain that right here on U45 Morning Show, you are going to start your day well. Until today, we will be starting with the newspaper reviews. Let's know what's in the papers. Our Patience Willie.
Yes, so many things have been happening around Nigeria in the past few weeks, for a very long time, and the newspapers keep you abreast. We'll start with the Nation's newspaper. The major headline says, Ribadu, government winning battle against oil theft and banditry. The writer says oil production has risen to 1.7 BPD. Senate invites service chiefs for briefing. Another headline says federal government can't rely on loans to fund 2024 budget, says ministers. This news can be found on page 5 of the Nation's newspaper. Moving ahead, Adeleke suspends CG despite court order. The story can be found on page 5 of the Nation's newspaper. Another looming story says why 2023 poll, why INEC experienced internal sabotage. That can be found on page 5 of the Nations. Now, INEC is saying they experienced internal sabotage. Okay, what's your take on this?
INEC is saying that.
Yes, they're saying the 2023 polls experienced internal sabotage.
Well, I should say that is laughable. If INEC, the electorate, or let me say the citizens, are accusing of not being, credible enough with the conduct of the polls, they are now also coming out to say that there is a sabotage. And then you begin to wonder who is being truthful here. This is a case of. For me, it's like a case of a kettle calling the pot black. And so I think Nigeria is a kind of it's a very unique state filled with different kinds of drama. Everybody wants to have a say, and of course I think that that is their freedom. It's their rights. It's our rights to freedom of speech. You can say it the way you say it. It's just like even what we talk as individuals. The funniest part of it is that they say that the truth has already, the clothing which a truth was is wearing has been stolen by Mr. Lie. And so right now, Truth had to find a place to hide his head. And so what we have today is Mr. Lie parading himself as Mr. Truth, because Mr. Truth, because Mr. Lie stole the fabric of the clothing of Mr. Truth. Thank you. So the situation is a very dicey situation. But you know what? When you discuss and tell me that you're lying, if who is lying does not know he's lying, the person you're lying to or will know that you're lying. So I think we should just sit back and watch how all of this dramas will play out.
Anyway, well, I believe that they just want to tell us something, right? And they successfully told us something. I mean, we all know that elections in Nigeria, I'm sorry to say this, it's never free and fair, right? It's not free and fair. Whenever they conduct an election, someone somewhere will always complain that this, that. So in Kogi, Dino Melaye just complaining, ranting, like, how can you do this? How can you do that? So until we are able to conduct an election where we do not need a man or a woman to oversee that election, then I think we'll head somewhere.
Now, don't you think if a man or woman does not oversee the elections, even if machines are involved, is a human that will operate the machines?
Absolutely.
You know, lapses can come through that.
This can come through that, but not when I do my voting via electronic, and then it goes straight to the server, and it's live stream as it's going, it's counting.
Okay.
We're all seeing it.
Yes.
Well, I think we should get to a situation where, you know how we all recharge our recharge cards, you immediately punch the numbers, and before you know it, you have your money. So why can't we have a situation like that with our elections?
It's corruption that
So you know that has eaten deep into the fabric of Nigeria.
Moving forward, the next story says 31 ESCO members passed confidence vote in Akeredolu. The writer says 2 commissioners abstain. Another writer says return to Akure now, group tells governor. And that's all on the Nation's newspaper.
I don't even know why Akeredolu hasn't resigned. I mean,
you know, they say that you see, power is sweet is when you're not there that you can be talking like this. And the corridors of powers, you know that for Africans it's pretty difficult for them to just leave it just like that. We are aware of the seat of Akeredolu, which is the governor of Ondo State. He's been sick, he's been has been down, and the deputy has been standing for him. But then after what we hear, he wrote a letter. He's fine. He'll be returning. The deputy was with. The next thing is instituting case against the deputy to be, impeached. But you have to know that it's politics in Nigeria. You just have to understand politics and have a godfather there. If you really don't know how to play it, then at the end of the day, you might be thinking that you are the one that has a case, but if care is not taken, that case will be taken on you, and then you find yourself in the prison or out of the corridors of power. So it's difficult for Akeredolu to live there, and that's why they're giving him a warning to return. If you say that you are fit to rule as the governor, then why are you still in the person?
At some point, it wasn't even in Ondo State; it was in Ibadan or your state. So
and I think Akeredolu should know well, judging from his background, because Akeredolu is a lawyer. And don't forget, even Akeredolu, let's look at politics in Nigeria is very funny. Akeredolu used to be a lawyer to the All Progressives Congress, APC. So it's always a kind of a payback time. What you have done, you work for me, then I also work pay you back. So that's what is going on in Nigeria. Let's go to the next paper.
Moving on to the Vanguard, right? It says, why kidnapping has replaced armed robbery, NSA. The writer says Senate summons NSA service chiefs over insecurity. Reps film turn back service chiefs. IGP representatives over debate on security challenges. Bandits abduct Kaduna district head as soldiers ambush armed suppliers. Gunmen kill abducted priest after collecting 1 million naira ransom in Kogi. NMA threatens strike over kidnap of 10 doctors in Enugu State.
All right, now moving on to the Tribune newspaper. The major headline on the Nigerian Tribune reads, anxiety in Kano Plateau as court orders rerun in Zamfara. You will find that story on page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune. Another headlines atop the front page of the Nigerian Tribune reads, splinter group emerges in Edo PDP. That story is on page 12 of the Nigerian Tribune. And now, insecurity, reps turn back representatives, insist service chiefs must appear. That story is on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. And now moving on to Osun State, following that story directly, it reads, Osun governor suspends a CJ, appoints Afolabi to act. You find that story on page 10. Now, this is very funny. You know that sometimes for you to be able to gain hold of your territory. To get hold of your territory, then it means that sometimes you need to have the power to select those that will work for you.
Yeah.
And this is the argument from so many quarters, which is as long as the INEC chairman is being appointed, by the sitting president or by the president, it will be pretty difficult.
His allegiances to him.
Thank you so much. His allegiances to him, and it will be pretty difficult for us to have indeed a credible election, because it's a case of he who pays the piper always dictates the tune. It's not easy in this part of Africa. It is not like say UK, USA, where you are very free. They teach them from a tender age to have confidence, to look at anybody in the eye, and there's nothing that is going to happen to you. And you also look at it in Nigeria. What do you gain as a citizen? It means that you begin to merry-go-round and wonder where you're going to get the next meal from. So this is the problem in Nigeria. Until Nigerian government begins to do things the way it's supposed to be, let there be at least told that indeed the country is not pretentious about people being confident and about people also having the Nigeria of their dream. Because if you can't have to say no, I mean, who is the HR to say no to the boss? Do you understand? It is what the boss wants that he or she is going to do. Either it is good or bad. She will have to dance to the tune of the boss.
Let me quickly say this. You see, we live in a country where that minimum wage.
So what would you even be talking about private organization? You now
Liberty, we should even scrap that and just know that we do not have this.
You know what?
Because the body is.
I disagree with you.
Carried out the strike the first time they said they wanted to, and now this time they suspended this.
That even if it's uncalled for, should be condemned.
Yes. Because
I put myself in the shoe of the president. We can't continue with this labor issue. And still staying with the Nigerian Tribune, insecurity, we inherited tough period, says Ribadu at editors conference. That story is on page 12 of the Nigerian Tribune. Well, as it stands, insecurity remains a problem in our country, Nigeria. The appeal right now is for the government to quickly work assiduously, proactively to ensure that they contain insecurity in Nigeria. Well, as it stands, this is all that will be taken on newspaper review.